Classic of the Geek here, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing a Doctor episode review on Rose, the first episode of the Revived series, and I'm joined by a special guest, the man, the myth, the legend. He needs no introduction, it's RonaparTV. How are you today?
I'm alright, mate, how are you?
I'm very good. You haven't had a haircut since about 2019.
We don't want to talk about that.
No, we don't. I mean,
it's down to my arse.
We're going for like the 90s rock band. You're going for bloody Liam Gallagher. I'm going for, what, Backstreet Boys? It's mental.
It's a mental time. I mean, Boris, he's having a mad one. I mean, I'm pretty sure I was having a dream the other day where Boris went, do not cut your hair.
What?
Stay inside.
I'm sorry, you dreamt this? Or did...
I don't want to talk about it. Anyway,
Anyway.
What are we doing today? What are we talking about?
We are going to be reviewing Rose, the first episode of the Revival, and when this goes up, which should be the 26th of March, 2021, it will have been 16 years since this episode came out. So 16 years since Doctor Who came back on air. That is just incredible. I think we just take a minute to just let that sink in. Like, it's been 16 years. Most shows don't start and end their entire runs in that time. Like, Game of Thrones.
If you think of shows
like Game of
in 2005,
yeah,
like How I Met Your Mother,
the US, yeah, and then other shows like in that time, like Game of Thrones, The Big Bang Theory, The In-Betweeners, they started and ended their entire runs in this time. So it's just mad. Like, scripted shows like this aren't built to last forever, are they? Except for like soap operas. I mean,
EastEnders, loving it.
Yeah, the only way, like, you know, it's like, when will it end? Will it ever?
Start end with Ian Beale killing everyone with a machete.
And then Coronation Street, you get Ken Barlow at the top. He's like in a wheelchair. He's like, yes, we did it, lads.
Legit, from the start, Ken Barlow lived until the end. But that's a different can of worms.
Yeah.
A different video.
Let's get into Rose. So I invited Ronnie on this because you're doing a marathon of New Who, aren't you, in lockdown?
I am, yes. I mean, I thought lockdown, why not? Look
True.
up to him, so I like the boyfriend, and, you know, I'm just on the 2009 specials at the minute, so...
Very good.
Yeah.
Near the Moffat era now? Okay.
Just don't want to talk about it.
Alright then.
But yeah.
Anyway, Rose. So, obviously, the first episode of New Who, and it is the perfect opener. If you were to recommend, if ever anyone wants to get into Doctor Who, I will always just say start with Rose.
Start with Rose, yeah.
Like, it's simple as. I mean, there are other good jumping on points, but just start with Rose and make your way through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of them. It's like, it is the perfect opening because it has the classic introduction to a companion like all the other. Obviously, New Who episodes have after that.
I mean, you've got that wonderful opening scene with, you know, the moon and the earth, which does get reused later, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Christmas Invasion, which I like to think as full circle.
Yeah,
like,
start of Eccleston's era, end of Eccleston's era.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, you know, you pan into the shot in Rose's bedroom, and in that amazing montage, you know, you get to know loads of stuff about her. You know, she's working class, she's from London, she works in a shop, she has a boyfriend, she's got a mom, you know, she lives in a council estate.
It's basically like a minute that basically tells you everything you need to know about Rose.
It's well done exposition, and having it from Rose's point of view works so well. If it was from like the Doctor's point of view or from another character, it's to a...
It's just like
it's to a
omniscient narrator type view, like it's, you know...
I mean, the TV movie, you know, you've got it starts off on Skara with the Daleks and the Master on trial. It's like, what is all this? Like, you know, streamline it, and that's what Russell did really well, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that is the good thing about how, like, obviously, Rose, it basically starts from the start. It starts from the introduction. You don't just go, oh, here's Rose, here's the Doctor. You gotta work it out for yourself. Whereas obviously the TV movie did that poorly.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, you understand who Rose is, and it's just really well done. And it's that human point of view, so the audience relate to it.
Yeah, in 2 words, perfect opening.
So the characters, let's start off with the Ninth Doctor, Christopher Eccleston. He's absolutely
fantastic.
One of the way. I mean, Eccleston is my favourite of the two Russell era Doctors. Like out of him and Tennant, I do prefer Eccleston personally.
I mean, for me, they're on par.
I know you prefer. Don't you prefer Tennant? Isn't he your favourite?
Okay.
He's your
well,
favourite, isn't
he? He is my favourite, yeah. But rewatching it might have changed my opinion because I believe that they're on par.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it, how much short time Eccleston has.
Yeah, he didn't have long
The
at all.
impact he's left.
I know, yeah. I mean,
Unreal.
yeah, but I mean, Eccleston is just brilliant. He's got the quirky moments. Like from the moment he holds Rose's hand, says run. They're going down the corridor, chased by the monsters. This is what Doctor Who is. It's Doctor Who's bread and butter. The Doctor, the companion, running down the corridor. The monsters. It's classic. It's Doctor Who. So it's core and it's just brilliant. Yeah.
I mean, it's like saying perfect opening.
Yeah.
And like it really does start to show in Rose the difference of like Eccleston's sort of like character arc. So you've got the sarky, funny side of it.
You've got the very and that's to meet your roles. Run for your life. But then you've got the very he's got
I think all the Doctors have that dark side because of the things about to suffer and go through, and the PTSD of the time war.
Yeah, I think Eccleston is one of the darker Doctors though. But I mean, he's got a real gravitas to him. The turn of the Earth speech always stands out to me.
Yes.
It's a terrific moment.
When he grabs Rose's hand and then just like, let's go. When he's like basically just made his point, it's basically just a mic drop moment.
Yeah, but it's like he's quite different from the classic Doctors, in fairness.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, but he's still very much the Doctor that you know and love. So the other side characters, obviously you've got Rose, and the title character, and I mean I'm not a big fan of her in series 2 because of the whole romance kind of stuff, but I do like her in series 1. I mean there's the odd moment, and I think in Rose at the end when she leaves Mickey, I don't really like that.
Yeah, I mean going back to the romance thing.
The way it comes across in that scene is a bit.
It's a bit like bye Mickey.
A bit selfish.
Never like chat. It's a bit like literally like. Sort of, I'm going off with another man, live your life, like, it's a bit harsh. I mean, the whole love story between, I like it better with Eccleston and Rose than I do with Tennant and Rose.
It's not really at the forefront, is it?
No. And
it's more like a friendship, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's that love, sort of start to the love. And I said this, but like, if Rose and Tennant aren't in love with each other, it's because she fell in love with Eccleston.
Yeah.
Because she even said in Christmas Invasion that he's not the man I knew. I thought I knew. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah. There's a really good fan theory I read. There was like the reason why the Doctor chooses his face, and the reason why he chose Tennant's face, young handsome man, was because the Doctor's fallen in love with Rose. When they kissed in Part of the Ways. So
yes,
I think that's quite a cool theory. But I think Eccleston and Billy Piper have great chemistry. Rose is a very good character, very capable, but also very relatable, human, and the very good audience surrogate for all the crazy stuff as well.
Yeah. I mean, that is the perfect way to describe it, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you've also got other side characters like Mickey, who is really likeable, and Noel Clarke's a ton of fun to watch, isn't he?
Noel Clarke is just,
he's a
nobody else could play Mickey Smith.
Noel Clarke is a brilliant actor, yeah.
And it's good to see him. He's not in like every episode, but he's one of the main sort of like
recurring characters.
It's the development of Mickey Smith.
Oh, he's brilliant. Yeah. And then he's got obviously.
Does he end up with Martha?
He does, yeah. That was a bit odd. I never
really got that. I thought she was with Tom Milligan.
Yeah, I never really got that. But you've got Jackie as well, who's.
Oh.
Classic Jackie.
She's the classic companion's mother.
Yeah, but I like how you get introduced to all these different characters, and it helps feel more relatable and more, it's more, the world's more fleshed out and it feels, more realistic.
You that said earlier on in Classic Who, they don't do that.
Yeah, they didn't really do that. They did develop the companions sometimes, like Ace got a fair bit of development,
yeah.
Sarah Jane did as well.
Obviously, yeah.
Sarah Jane did. But you didn't really Ian and Barbara in the 60s, they ended up, when they returned to Earth, it was like 2 years afterwards, And it was like, yes, it's 2 years off, but we're here. London, 1965.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah. But I think it makes it feel more relatable and more real. So the Autons, the monsters of the story, I think they were the perfect monster to use because they're a very simple monster for the casual audience to understand. They're very adaptable, you know, you can put them in many different scenarios and different stories.
Yeah.
And, you know, the new fans, they're an easy enough monster to get your head around, so it's not too confusing, unlike bringing back the Master or the Daleks or this long...
That's a good point, actually, because there's not really a backstory to them. It's just
they're very...
consciousness sets up somewhere,
yeah,
create these living plastic creatures, and they just try to kill everything on Earth. Like, it's not really a difficult story, like.
No. And, like, the Daleks, the Master, they have this long, rich history, so it's confusing to new fans.
Yeah.
But, having the Autons as shot winner dummies again, you know, very reminiscent of the John Pertwee era when they were introduced. The older fans, there's still that iconography, there's still the callbacks, and it's like, this is still the same show, so it works really well.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, like I say, they're adaptable.
You can put them in any story.
And you could even put them in an independent thing, and it could still work.
Oh, speaking of the
60s like films, like Doctor Who and the Autons, like, you know what I mean? It could work.
Speaking of, actually, do you remember the stop motion that we did, and you voiced one of the I'm an awful Seventh Doctor impression, and you did the Sergeant, and you said Autumn. You said it Autumn.
My skin is crawling. Like, my voice is so high. I sound like I've just been neutered. Like, I genuinely sound like I'm singing soprano, mate. It's awful. Like, I'm just going, thanks, sir. You alright? Like, I sound like Ricky Butcher or something like that.
My McCoy impression is awful in that.
Like, at least you sound like a bloke. Like, I'm just like...
I don't sound like a bloke at all. Unit HQ. So, any criticisms of the story?
To be honest, I think that there's only some sort of like small criticisms, like
Rose. CGI is really naff. Like the
from
bit.
An editing perspective, you can really notice the CGI,
yeah.
and it's very, very bad.
It is quite weak.
Yeah, like the nesting consciousness. I know it's supposed to be just some like
blob.
Sort of like conscience. Well, it's a conscience, you know. I really butchered that word. Like, I've got a list. Bleed it out.
But yeah, the nesting blob. All right.
The nesting ting, but like it basically like it's just a big blob in it, really. Like the slime. So like they gave it like a little face, didn't they? And it's a bit weak, but like it's not really needed like massive CGI.
But I mean, like you've got some stuff like the lightning and the blown up building. They do look a bit weak. They look a bit.
When you look at later New Who.
Yeah, they do look a bit fuzzy, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, you've also got the CGI of Mickey and
the Autumn. That was really naff. And I think with that whole Mickey becoming an Auton and the burping bin, one of my criticisms with Russell's era is that the comedy could be too goofy. It could be too over the top at times, and I think that is present in Rose.
I mean, Russell created a whole monster based on farting. So
Slovene. Well, he didn't create the script. Wait, I was going to say create the Scribble Monster, but that wasn't written by Russell, was it?
No. Was that Gatis that wrote that?
No, that was another writer. I don't know.
That's if it was Chibnall.
No, but Chibnall did make In Torture. He did do the Sex Gas Monster.
Sex. I'm done. I'm actually done.
So, final thoughts, sum it up. Is how I'd sum it up in one sentence, or how many sentences? It may not be the greatest episode ever, but it's the perfect possible opener that modern Doctor Who could have ever had.
Totally agree.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10 overall as a score.
I'd probably give it 7 out of 10.
Yeah. I thought you would have gone higher, to be honest. But
I mean, like I say, not my favourite. Probably wouldn't make the top 50 in my favourite episodes, but it's definitely up there as a great opener.
I mean, in terms of the new series openers, 11th Hour is my favourite.
Yeah, and if you do think about it, if Rose wasn't there possibly would have been no New Who.
Yeah, I mean, I always have a respect for Rose, even if it's not amazing story. I will always have a respect for it because it's just the perfect opener, and
Yeah.
You know, you recommend to somebody, you know, what episode do I watch? Just start with Rose. Yeah.
Yeah,
Simple.
it's like the New Hope of Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's the quintessential pilot of New
Yeah.
Hope, innit?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It had to be there to pave way for whatever it is to come.
16 years of New Who, and here's to the next 16 years.
We'll be old and grey by then, mate.
Yes. So that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed being on, Ronnie.
I certainly did, yeah. It's been a while.
It's been amazing. It's been amazing having you on. Hope you enjoyed it. What do you think of Rose? Do you like it? Do you not? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And this is Clack of the Geek and RonaparTV signing out.
So it's RonaparTV.
Oh, not again.